Yes, how are you guys? I hope you're doing great. This is yet another video and I'm outside here. And guys, time is really much going and moving fast. And we are approaching the date of the results for the DV Lottery 2024. And I see in my comments many questions regarding if I get selected, what should I do? If I get selected, should I do this and this? If I get selected, what is the next step? And in this video, I want to just discuss on one aspect, one important thing about the results and what you're supposed to do. So if you applied in the DV Lottery 2024 to try your luck and you're waiting for the results and you have this question and one of you asked this about adding a person into the DS260 form who was not added during the application. And for me to clearly answer this question, let us discuss into details. Is it illegal to add another person in your DS260 form, or is it legal? So the answer could be yes or no. And let's discuss for the yes. What are the people, or which people can you add in the DS260 form even if they were not in the initial entry? So number one, for the yes, the people that you can add include a newly born baby. Let's say, for example, you are waiting for the result, and by the time you were applying, you were expecting, and after application, you got the baby. Let me be clear. Even if you applied in the month of October, let's say, for example, date 12 of October, and you got the baby a day after, on the 13th of October, that baby is eligible to be added as a derivative in your DS260 form. But if you had gotten the baby a day before, but when applying, you said this child is too young to be added and you decided not to add, that child is not eligible. And if you add that child, you are likely to get visa refusal. So if you got the baby in the waiting period for the results, the baby is qualified to be added as a derivative. So you'll go ahead and add the baby in the DS260 form. The other yes, the person that you can add to your DS260 form who was initially not added is a newly married spouse, and he must or she must be legal spouse and legalized by the certificate of marriage. The certificate of marriage approves that this is your spouse. Then you can add that spouse. So in between the waiting period, if you get married, that spouse, you are confidently supposed to add in the DS260 form. The other yes is about the stepchildren. If you got married in between waiting for the results and your spouse came in with other children, and meaning they become your stepchildren, these children, they also qualify to be added as the derivatives in the DV process. So these categories of people, they are the only ones who are qualified to be added in the DS260 form if you are selected. That is very clear, I suppose. It is windy, so bear with me for that. Now, what are the no's? Which people, even if you love them, and you like to go with them will not be qualified, and if you add them, they will cost you your visa. Which are these people? The first one is your girlfriend or your boyfriend. If at all you are in a relationship and he is your boyfriend or your girlfriend, he or she does not qualify as a derivative. No, he doesn't or she doesn't. Number two, the spouse that is legally married to you, but you did not add him or her in the application, that does not qualify. And you did a mistake by you not adding that spouse. You did a great mistake. The other no, all the kids that you have, either stepchildren, adopted children, or your biological children, but you did not add them. Even if you are a single parent and you did not add your children in the initial application, those children, they don't qualify to be added as derivatives in the DS260 form. And if you do add them, you risk the visa refusal. And note that that is a mistake. And if the embassy or the United States government come to realize that you had left out your derivatives, you had lied, then that is a total disqualification, instant disqualification. And I gave a case of a person who had applied as married for many years, 7 years, but on the 8th year, he decided to apply as single, thinking that for him applying as married was the reason as to why he was not selected. And on the 8th year, he applied as single and he was selected. And just because he had not added the family, he was denied the visa. So you did a great mistake if you failed to add a single child of yours or your legally wedded spouse. You did a mistake and they don't qualify to be added in the DS260 form. And you yourself, you are at a greater risk. So apart from the yeses, the people that are supposed to be added that I have discussed, all the other individuals, they don't qualify. You cannot add your brother. You cannot add your mother. You cannot add any of your siblings or your relative. They don't qualify. Even if they are ailing and you are the custodian, you are the caregiver to your parents or to your people, and you are selected, you'll have to leave them behind and go alone. So I saw it good that we discuss this into details because of the newcomers. The newcomers, they might not be knowing this.